Hey guys, it's me Mario, and I'm going to continue Sepron the Sea Serpent for you guys. It is a lovely Sunday morning. As you can see by the light, it's really sunny outside, so then again, quarantine and all of that. Can't go out. Hope you guys are doing well. Binging a bunch of stuff, I would believe. Binging a bunch of shows, favorite YouTubers, drawing. I draw. You can too. Anyone can draw. There's just different people are in different levels, and some were born with an artistic talent, and some can achieve creativity and being an artist and all of that. There are different types of artists. So, yeah. Sepron the Sea Serpent. Sepron's Kingdom. Tom struck out energetically. He was swimming in an eerie, silent world where everything seemed to move more slowly. The water was damped by sunlight, breaking through from the surface. Silver bubbles of air streamed. Silver bubbles of air streamed away from him. As he plunged deeper, the only sound he heard was the rushing in his ears. The sunlight faded, and panic gripped him as he faced the dark depths. He would never be able to hold his breath for long enough. He would drown. He wanted to turn around and swim back to the light. Then he forced himself to be calm. He couldn't turn back now. This was his quest. No one else could help the fishermen and free the kingdom of Aventia from the threat of Sepron. He plunged deeper still with strong, sure strokes. Strokes? Yeah, strokes. Then he spotted a shimmering light. It was Sepron's chain. Tom swam towards it and followed it down. It led between waving fronds of seaweed, which glided gently aside as Tom pushed through them. Shells of electric blue fish started past Tom's face as he pulled himself deeper into the sea. My hand was itching. Deeper. The fish quickly swam out of sight as if they knew what was about to happen. Further below, coral rose from the seabed. Laying among the coral was Sepron. Tom jumped and almost took a huge gulp of water. Sepron's head and the collar with the padlock were the closest to him. The serpent's enormous body stretched away into the darkness. As Tom swam closer, the huge head swung around. The beast's jaws gaped open, revealing various rows of teeth. Tom cried out in fear, even though he was underwater, and watched precious bubbles of air float to the surface. Serpent urged up through the water, heading straight for Tom. Terrified, Tom turned back, arms and legs pumping, eggs and arms and legs pumping. He swam up to the light. The last of his air bubbled away. His lungs were hurting as he fought not to swallow water. A bright spot on the surface showed Tom where to aim for. He glanced back, sure that Sepron's mighty jaws would snap shut on his legs at any moment. But to his relief, he saw the sea monster give up the chase and sink back into the gloomy depths. A moment later, Tom's head and shoulders broke the surface. He trod water, desperately gulping in air. Sunlight dazed him. When he could see properly, he stopped the boat close by. He spotted the boat close by, with Elena still holding up his shield. He had never been so glad to see anything in his life. "Tom, are you all right?" she shouted. "Yes, fine," Tom panted, though he didn't feel fine. He was exhausted, but he already knew he was going to have to dive down again. He dragged his limbs through the water to Elena and the boat. Could he really do it again? Could he really do it once again? "I have to," he muttered to himself as he swam. "Did you find Sepron?" Elena asked. Tom tried to ignore the bitter pang of disappointment as he admitted that he'd failed. "Found him, but..." Tom was still gasping for air. "Couldn't get close. Got to try again." "Don't take in too much air," Elena called, "and try to move slowly so you don't waste it." Tom nodded, grateful for Elena's advice. He trod water until he could breathe easily again. Then he took a last gulp of air, but not too much. Waving to Elena, he plunged beneath the surface. This time he found the chain more quickly and followed it down to the coral reef. Sepron was still lying there, his coils wrapped loosely. His coils wrapped loosely about a spire of coral. Excuse me. Cautiously, Tom swam closer, keeping behind a wall of rocks until he could approach Sepron from behind. He slid through the water, desperate not to disturb the serpent. When he was close enough, he darted forward and grasped the glowing collar with one hand. Straight away, the serpent lashed its head back and forth, trying to shake him off. Tom clung grimly to the collar and worked his way around until he found the lock in the collar, under Sepron's jutting jaws. As quickly as he could, Tom took Wizard Aldo's key from his pocket and thrusted it into the lock. But when he tried to turn it, the key stuck. The key stuck. Numb with horror, Tom realized he was a different kind of key. Tom realized this was a different kind of lock. The key was useless. Sepron's head waved upwards. Tom lost his grip on the collar and rolled over helplessly. In the surging water, one of the serpent's coils grazed his arm and locked the key out of his hand. It clinged in the glow from the chain and sank towards the ocean floor. Tom watched it desperately. There was no point in swimming after it. It couldn't open the lock. What can I do now? He thought. How can I free Sepron without a key? And that was chapter 8. Next week I'm going to do chapter 9, The Last Chance. And then there's chapter 10, The Next Quest. And that's it for book 2 then. Dang it. Lost the bookmark, but didn't lose the page. Thank goodness for that. My back hurts. My back kind of hurts. Maybe it's because I've been slouching a lot, or whatever the term is when you're like hunchbacking or whatever it's called. I've been doing that a lot, so. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos so far. I have like greenish brown eyes. It's kind of cool that I have greenish brown eyes. Well, anyway, Hope you guys enjoy my videos so far. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. Alright. See you in the next Beast Quest, if you're only watching the Beast Quest. Okay, bye.